Expresso right here on S3. And my friend, we have had so much going on. It's been crazy, but I've absolutely loved it because I feel like an action-packed show is what we need to get into the weekend on the right note. And speaking of the weekend, it does mean that another episode of Crown Chasers is going to be playing here on S3. And my friend, one of the most beautiful things about Crown Chasers is getting to celebrate women in all of their greatness and in everything that they are. And one of the ladies who has gone on to actually make it to the top 16, she's sitting with us today, and I absolutely love it because when we talk about Crown Chasers, it is in fact taking us on a journey where the top 16 is fighting for their place in the finale that is happening on the 10th of August 2024 for Miss South Africa. Who will it be? Well, we'll be finding out. However, a lady that was celebrating today, she hails from Mpumalanga, and she did the absolutely beautiful feat of making it to the top 16, and she is here to celebrate that with us. It is, of course, Reinette Potgieter, everybody! Come on! Reinette, how are you?
I'm very well, Zanele. How are you?
Amazing, thank you. I'm so proud of you for making it as far as you did. And of course, making it to the top 16 is huge.
No, it is.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, entering is already daunting enough.
Yes.
And it really exceeded my expectations. So I am really proud of myself for
Yeah.
stepping in and taking it on.
100%. And now you can go home to Mpumalanga and say, guys, I've made you proud. And honestly, I think that you also made yourself proud because
Yes.
this was your second time entering.
It was.
How far did you get the first time?
The first time I actually didn't get far.
Really?
I didn't make it past the entry video.
Oh, wow.
So this time when I entered, my whole thought around it was, I really just want a chance. I
Yeah.
really have so much to give. And I learned to not control everything and just let it be, and this is what happened.
Beautiful. I love that. And for me, I think that that's such a beautiful lesson to be able to take home. And I think that, like, when we look at our journeys, there's always those things that allow us to, you know, elevate to the next level.
Exactly.
Which I think this is going to be it for you. And when we also talk about Crown Chasers, it is one that takes you on a big, big journey. Girl, why are you laughing? Reinette? I know, reality TV isn't easy, right? It is not easy. I know I entered a presenter search a couple of years back. It was difficult. But what would you say you are taking away from this experience?
There's so much to take away, but to start off, it's not just about the glitz and glam. There's so much more about being a Miss South Africa. You know, it's really hard work. You can't just wake up and think you're going to wing it that day. You need to step up. You need to show up every day.
Yes.
And you get placed into difficult situations, and you need to carry yourself through it and see what happens, yeah.
Yeah. Well, girl, the most has happened because top 16, like I said, it is not a small feat. But when you did enter, you know, what were you hoping to do in terms of making an impact with the Miss SA organization?
When I entered, I wanted to take on education because I am a teacher, so I'm very passionate about that. I believe that infrastructure is a big problem and that prevents a lot of children to have access to education. So that is definitely something that's close to my heart.
That's so beautiful. And I think that, you know, we always say this, but it's so true. Teachers don't get all of the recognition that they deserve. So thank you for being one of those superheroes in the country that allows the youth to be elevated and even wanting that for them. And I think that, you know, you're going to do great work with that mindset that you've got right now. And one thing I want to ask you before we let you go is, of course, we've got young people who are looking to you saying, one day I want to be like Reinette. I want to make it to the top 16 and I want to, you know, go and represent my province on this national platform. Speak to us about any words of encouragement that you've got for young people who are looking to you right now that are like, one day I want to be like Reinette.
Tuesday, when I went back to school, it was such a real moment to me to see all of my kids again and how inspired I made them. So, you know, if you can make a difference in one child's life, that's already more than enough to me, you know, that I've accomplished.
Yeah.
But take on everything, and that was my whole thing. I wanted to show them, don't be afraid, don't be scared, believe in yourself. If I can do it, then you can too.
I love that. Reinette, you really are just a ray of sunshine. I'll call you that because genuinely, I think that's why you stood out and were part of the people that were chosen for the top 16. And I also want to ask you, just in terms of where you're going for the future, what are you hoping for?
I'm definitely hoping to take this platform that I've been given and to take it on further. I am curious to explore it more in depth, not necessarily with teaching itself, but to see how my teaching career can take me further.
Beautiful. Reinette, you're doing amazing there. Please continue. We're very, very proud of you and well done yet again.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. She is one of the queens that made it to the top 16 on Crown Chasers as we lead up to that finale on the 10th of August, right here on S3, actually, Miss South Africa. However, you got to follow the journey to 100% have that investment in terms of what exactly is going to be happening up until then. So tune in every Saturday, 8:30 p.m. right here on S3. That is where you can find it, my lovely. And right about now, I want to find out what's going on in Cape Teasy. Hi, my family.